Yeah, we're alive.
There we are. Live in living color. It's Mikey and Vinnie here on a Monday
We,
morning. Good morning, Michael Knight. How are you?
that would make me Mikey. That makes you Vinny. This is going to be
That's me.
easier
New
than I
York Vinnie
thought.
on this end, Michael Knight on that end. And we are and
It's
we
the
start
it's,
another week.
it's the beginning of the end.
I don't know, man. Is it the beginning of the end, Michael? Do you really think?
No, we're coming up to the debate, which will be the dividing line, the great continental divide between Harris and Trump, and I think she'll do well. I know he's not prepared, so he can't possibly do well. He'll fluster himself. He'll filibuster. He'll sweat. He'll accuse. He'll point. He'll get into his cagey little whisper voice. He'll talk about Hannibal Lecter. Maybe he'll talk about Robert F. Kennedy and the Komodo dragon that ate his brain. But
He
it'll
seems
be
to want
much.
to throw
It'll be much.
everybody in jail, as he indicated over the weekend that he was that everybody better look out because he's going to be on his first day. He's going to be chucking people into jail.
All the
Number
people
one,
who
he's
helped him
going to
lose
be
it.
pardoning people. He's going to be pardoning people from January 6th, and which I find absolutely reprehensible.
Well, that gives them
On
room in the
that
jails
alone,
to. That gives them room in the jails to put the innocent people that he's going to throw in. You
yeah,
open
on
up.
that alone, I would, if I were any reasonable thinking person, I would, it would absolutely disqualify me from, or disqualify him from getting my vote. How could you possibly vote for this guy?
Well, the people who think he's God's prophet put all that aside. He didn't say he was going to let them go. He was kidding. It was a reference to something else that's completely unknown to the mainstream public. You and I can't figure out what he's saying because we can't understand the code.
Well, at a, I'm just at a point with this guy where I just don't understand how anybody can look at this guy and say that he would make a good president.
How
And
about a
it's,
meltdown? Would that help? What if during the debate he just has a meltdown? It blows a gasket.
I would hope for a heart attack. I would, if he had a heart attack, I don't want a meltdown. I want a heart attack. I want something to,
He's calling Leon Musk. Pretty close. Elon, Leon, who knows? It could
it might
be.
have been Leon and they messed it up on the birth certificate. Who knows, right?
That's right. His real name is Leon, but fools call him Elon. That's not right. His name's Leon.
Who the hell names their kid Elon?
It was a. Well, it wasn't their kid. Okay, it was left on the doorstep.
Yeah, I mean, who names their kid Elon to begin with? I mean, it's like a cologne.
Except for the attractive scent.
Except that he stinks. Anyway, getting back to,
He's not going to buy the Giants, is he? Don't let him buy the Giants.
I don't think he's going to buy anything, to be honest with you. I don't think he's going to have to buy anything. He is going to be a shadow president if I mean, it's just so there's so many things about Trump that should scare so many diverse populations in this country that this guy should be getting. I mean, you shouldn't be getting 0.5% of the vote. Never mind, be tied with Kamala Harris.
Does that tell you something about the great American state of mind?
Sure, tell me
Does it
about
put into absolute stark relief that Americans are uneducated, uninformed, unimpressed, and able to be led by a demagogue right to the edge of reality? They're willing to believe anything and fight about it. Drive their pickup trucks into your driveway and bang your Volkswagen and your Volvo.
it. I used to think that that was rhetoric. I used to think that that was the kind of thing where people in our business said that to get people riled up. If you just said how uneducated the masses were, people would pick up the phone and call you and tell you how right you were, and you go home driving thinking you were the smartest guy in the world, because you knew you could point out to people that were listening to talk radio that you knew something, that you would come up with something that made them smarter, that made you smarter than them, because you realized how dumb people were.
Now the Republican
And I
talking
don't
points come
know if
out.
in
Every
reality
talk every
that
talk
was.
show host from 10 to 2 has got the same talking points.
Well, yeah. I mean, you just have. I don't know. I always thought that, well, people couldn't be this dumb. People couldn't be this removed from reality. Now, I'm not saying that that everything's rosy, everything's wonderful. It's still a great country, and there's still a lot of good things about it. But with henceforth why we have to make it great again, it still is great in many, 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 many ways. Certainly more than most other places on the face of the earth.
Make it break again.
But boy, we're headed toward. It seems like we're.
Uh oh. We're frozen.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, there we go. Well, we lost all our we now lost all of our listeners, so which annoys me to know. And I can't tell you how much it's just annoying. I don't know what's going on with the internet again this morning. Every time it seems like we get to 10 o'clock or 10:15 or whatever it is, it just seems to all go away. And it's annoying, very annoying. It, Mikey, sometimes I don't know if I have the patience for this. All right, let's try. Let's try it again. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but it is what it is. It's the internet. This is how we do it, and so we appreciate that you stick with us and stay with us as we try to figure out the world. Before we left, we were talking about Donald Trump over the weekend and his remarks, and President Slapdick, and I don't know, Michael. I mean, now I see polls that say that, and I don't believe a lot in these polls because now I see polls that say that Trump is back in front of Harris, and it's going to go this way for the next 2 months. And I
Well,
gotta
the
be honest
chance
with you, I
it
don't know that
depends.
my heart or my constitution is going to be able to stand this back and forth. Uh,
Well,
it,
yeah, you have to consider the source of these polls. Many times they're made up out of whole cloth, and it's annoying. But if this news channels can lie about the truth and the facts and the situation as it really exists, what would prevent them from saying Trump's up? That's it. He's up by 6 points. The election's over. There's no way Harris can win. Trump wins the battleground states. That's it. All just a fictional one-day story that'll never be tomorrow. It'll be what happened to those polls about Trump. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. We got another
yeah,
poll today.
well, that's it. There's so many polls out there, and there's so many different. And as I say, I don't believe them. I'm not a big guy in believing the polls, but yet it's hard to shut them out when, uh, in a normal election year or normal election process year, does it all that matter that much who wins? Does it all matter that much whether it's a Republican or a Democrat? But those times are gone. Those times aren't here anymore.
Got to have the House. You got to have the Senate if you want to rule.
We're fighting. Well, not just that, but you're fighting an Adolf Hitler. You're fighting somebody who wants to take this country and fundamentally change it from the way it is, and not the good way.
Make it his own possession.
Wants to make it his kingdom, and has enlisted the help of the Republican Party to do that. And again, normally I'm up here in the Pacific Northwest. I give a crap less what they do back there. But it does affect people here. It affects my family in New York. It affects my family and my friends that live in Texas, that live in California. It affects people that are living on Social Security, that are living on fixed incomes, that every dime counts for. Because the most weak and the most vulnerable are the people if they can go after.
With no recourse.
And it irks me more that the people who are the most weak and the most vulnerable are the people that are voting for, that are wearing the Trump buttons and the Trump signs. And you can finger me, Mr. President shirts. How fucking stupid are we as a country?
That's how
that we don't see this stuff.
That's how far removed from reality and comfortable with it. It's not that we've been misled. We have. It's not that they're being led by the nose by a scam artist and a charlatan. They are. They love it. They love it. And until the purple Kool-Aid takes effect, they'll remain loyal. Always loyal. Remember
Um,
the
I,
day the day after the Russians took Berlin, the city was in flames, and the people of Berlin had nothing to eat, and the war was over, and hundreds of thousands were dead. And their question on their mind was, "How's the Führer? He can fix this."
yeah.
Wo ist mein Führer?
Well, I it becomes more and more frustrating each day, and the idea of just fend for yourself, kids. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, but where are you
Becomes
going? To
more and more
Idaho?
attractive. The idea of finding a place in Idaho that has a lake, it's in somewhere where you can get a trailer and put it in there and live there for the rest of your life until you drop dead, the animals eat you,
Wi-Fi lake.
becomes more and more appealing. And that sucks because I love people, man. I love interacting with people and talking to people and saying what's on my mind and listening to other ideas. I love all of that. But it seems like we're on the edge of it being taken away from us.
You just got back from Spokane, where you said you could taste it in the air, you could drink it in the water. The weirdness was afoot everywhere you went.
Well, it just seems like what I did notice and what was actually, and I'm trying to decide whether this is more or less scary than I think it should be, was the lack of Trump signs. In 2020, when you made
Uh-huh.
that drive across to Spokane and you came back, there was a ton of Trump signs all over the place. The bigger and larger, the Trump sign. I mean, there were Trump signs that were sizes of those big American flags that you see um, at the Camping World car lots. And instead, it wasn't many at all.
Muted support, but support nevertheless. What do you think?
Well, it scares me because I think you're right. I think it is muted support. I think that people aren't showing their cards this time. There's a
We know,
fear.
we know he's crazy. We know what's wrong. We're doing it anyway.
There's a fear like we're going to silently do this. We're just going to do this without anybody really knowing about it. And he's already laid the seed for, uh, if he doesn't win, it's the election is rigged.
The election workers go to jail.
And now he's threatening, you know, little old ladies that work at I'm one of those election workers that he's threatening. I'm one of those people that he's threatening.
I
I'm
think
one
it'll.
of those
I think.
people.
And I think it'll have a backlash because of that, Vinny.
I hope so. Because I tend to think that the little old ladies and little old men that work at these things is a retirement job so they can pick up $165 so they can go and buy a couple of quarts of Haagen-Dazs uh, to add to their rich diet.
Impossible Burgers.
Um, I think that those people are scared. I think that those people are saying, geez, if I lose this, maybe I lose my medicine for a month. And if this guy gets elected, I lose this. It's all about fear for these people.
Tell them you want to see the results. Tell them you want to check their figures. Tell them you want to fuck up
Tell who,
the
Michael?
concept.
Tell who the people that he's installed in these different offices and these
No, he
different
wants.
posts around the country. Tell them.
He's encouraging citizens to vote, then hang out and observe and bother and cajole and
Well, you can't do
harass.
that. If he did
Who's
that in
gonna
the
get rid
poll
of
that
him?
I was in charge of, I would have the constable there in short order and have him thrown out.
But who does the constable work for? Yeah.
Well, that's it. Who's the constable for? Does the constable show up and say, well, they got a right to be sitting there and intimidating people?
I should probably just let it go. We're gonna have to let it go. There's nothing I can do till the crime is committed, and even then,
And that's a shitty America to live in, pal.
And it makes it more intense. We're having a heat wave today. It's already over 100, and we're waiting for it to break so we can think.
Well, I don't think it'll be anything compared to the heat wave that we have if this clown wins. And
Well, that's what I
I
meant
mean,
about.
look,
That's what I meant about something that would be. What did it take for the people who loved Joe Biden and intended to vote for him to say it's time for him to go? It took that one debate. Well, now it's time for another important historic debate. There's not going to be two because Trump's going to do so poorly in this one he won't agree to a second, or he'll
I
find a
hope
reason,
so.
or he'll get diphtheria and can't make the date. So this is his one opportunity to slay Kamala Harris, and he cannot do it. He simply cannot do it. For starters, Vinny, you know for a fact he hasn't prepared. He does the same 2 hour stump speech every night, where he goes off script, where he wanders around, where he gets angrier some nights and funnier some nights and less focused other nights, and calling Elon Musk Leon.
Well, Michael, that's all well and good, but are
It has no effect on his base.
are people? Yeah, it has no effect on his base. Number one, number two, and listen, I picked up on this from people that I hear. Are people ready to vote for a black woman for president?
Yeah, they are.
I don't agree with you. I think they are in Southern California. I think they might be here in Seattle. But you start to move across this country, and I think there may be a different feeling. Now, are there enough enlightened people to outweigh the racists and the bigots and the people that don't think she can handle the job and the
And
people that
the
listen to this idiot?
and the general run of the mill Midwestern ignoramus.
Well, it's probably why you got a Midwestern guy on the ticket. And I'm not going to say that everybody in the Midwest is an ignoramus, but I just
Because after all, the Bears did win. That sort of changes everything.
I'm not sure listening to people and in this neck of the woods here, the people are ready for it.
Well, as Bill
I'm
Maher said the
still
other day, America is a country that can't make up its mind on a menu with only two items. What's it going to be? Can't think, can't tell you. The spaghetti or the meatloaf? Mm, give me a minute. See, I'd go with the spaghetti right away.
yeah and I don't know what's going to change it. And you have obscene amounts of money.
Well, tomorrow there's an opportunity for something to change, Vinny. It's probably the most, in theory, the most important decision-making factor of this race. Who won that debate, and does it change your vote? Well, he lost, but it's because he was kidding. He was joking. No one gets his humor. No one ever seems to get his humor.
Well, you know what? Go get yourself a stand-up act in Atlantic City at one of your broke casinos, and then go not pay yourself.
Who was the guy with the white suit? That was the Jackie Leonard. Is that his name? The comedian.
With the white suit.
He always wore white suits, and it was big guy.
Yeah, I think it was Jackie Leonard. Yeah.
Yeah. The trouble with Jackie Leonard and his act and everything that I remember about it is he wasn't funny. He never had a laugh line. He never had a. He was a loud person. He was an entertainer to some degree, but he wasn't a comedian. He was not funny. And I don't know when that caught up with him, sometime later in his career. But now we have a politician that can't focus, that can't be part of the political game. He can't play the political game. He plays it. He plays by completely different rules, and that works for a while. But then when you're in a challenge to play the game to win, he can't do it. And I think that's going to be Trump's downfall. By comparison, the people are going to see that he can't beat her.
I hope you're right, Michael. I hope you're right, and I hope that that people wise up and they see what this guy is all about. I don't hold a lot of hope for it, to be honest with you.
Well, his base won't change no matter what. Not now, not
Right,
ever.
right.
But it won't grow either, Vinny. There's no room for growth. There's no room to convince new people to join.
Well, but see, I think there is, especially among men. I think there are. I think there are a number of men who look at this as an issue about women. More giving over more control
Dominance.
to women, giving over more power to women, and they don't like it. There's
But that's
something
only that's
rubs them
only a
the
list.
wrong way about it.
That's only a list of 20 things they don't like. It's easy to
Right.
distract someone who
It's
says
on
does
the
not like
list,
her.
but
Yeah.
and probably anybody who's likely to make a decision based on that is likely not to vote for Kamala Harris anyway.
Right.
But this is a race that it appears is going to be decided by not a lot of people. And in places like Pennsylvania, where there are a lot of people who still think like that, who still tell their come home and tell their wives, get in the kitchen and make my dinner.
Yeah. Well, good luck with
And
that. Good luck with that. Good luck with that dinner. Good luck with that plan.
but it works. It works. Maybe not in Pittsburgh, and maybe not in Philadelphia.
Maybe not in Bucks County.
You Amish places, where the Amish hold power, and you get into some of the other places along the way where it's farm country and rural country, and
Do they
that
wash?
line
Do they
plays.
wash their horses? Do they keep their horses clean? Do they give them
I got
baths?
I got no idea what they do with their horses, Michael. Got no idea.
We should find out if they're washing their horses.
I just know that I just feel that there's I pray she can pull this off, man. I pray that Tim Waltz is enough of enough of an attraction on this ticket
Stabilizing factor.
that it balances it out. I hope that if this Afghanistan thing doesn't blow up
It's a Trump
with this
effort.
investigation that these assholes in Congress are trying to all of a sudden bring up and create another Hillary Clinton situation.
It's a last 60 days trick. Dirty trick.
Yeah, I hope that all of this stuff.
Expect
I
more of
hope
the
that Aaron
same.
Rodgers doesn't lean into the camera tonight and say, "Now everybody remember, vote for Donald Trump." It's just a bunch of crap. I hope doesn't happen. With
Well,
the ultimate
I
one
hope that
being that
I hope
people
that does
wake up
happen.
and don't vote for this clown. This
By the way, did Disney change its mind and make a deal with DirecTV?
wait, say again?
Did Disney make a deal with DirecTV yet?
I don't know. I haven't. I haven't. I don't have Direct TV, so I don't. I
We won't
haven't
be
seen.
we won't be seeing that game in L.A.
Yeah, I have. I don't even know what I have. Xfinity, I guess we have, but not cable streaming.
Well, you're gonna have to do the play-by-play over the phone for me.
Um, I'll actually be at a dinner tonight, so I will not see it. I'm going to record it, but I'm not going to see it live. I'll glance down at my phone and look every couple of minutes there and see if I could figure it out.
See how his hamstring is holding up, or I mean his Achilles.
See if he can last more than 4 snaps this time.
The over/under is 10 snaps. 3 and out, and then that last play that he was looking one way, he should have been looking the other way. Boom, Joey
Well, you
Bosa.
could go online and get it on KNBR, can't you?
No,
You can listen on the radio.
not down here. Out of market blockage.
You can't listen on radio down there?
Over the air, we can't get KMBR over the air.
No, but I'm saying you could go on the internet and just
No,
listen to it on.
out of market blockage.
I would check it out. I don't know that this. I don't know that the rate. I think they let the radio signals go now, but I'm not 100% sure. So, uh,
I don't think in past years they wouldn't even let the radio broadcast be online.
yeah, I think that's all changed. So, um, I'm just looking to see if I can just see if it's yeah. I think I may be wrong. I don't know. I'm looking to see now because I think I got the Seahawks online. And I know I've listened to Green Bay online. Um, NFL radio games online. Can you catch live on yeah, I still listeners must be located inside a team's designated home television territory to access their free radio broadcasts. Well, but it's Monday Night Football. It should be on ESPN radio. I don't know. You guys get ESPN radio down there?
It depends what station carries it. I doubt if they'll carry the game. They might carry the game.
Well, ESPN radio will carry it because they have the rights to Westwood One has the rights to the Monday Night Football games because I think KJR carries them up here, if I'm not mistaken. Well, they used to. I know it's all switched around, but yeah, I would look at I'd go to TuneIn .com and see if there's there's a way if you want to listen to it. It says here on TuneIn it says New York Jets at San Francisco, United States only, 7:15 p.m. I guess that's Eastern time, September 9th. So and it's got a whole crap load of NFL games on the schedule here. So maybe you can listen to it on TuneIn. There's definitely ways if you want to have the patience to listen to it on radio. I listened to the Seahawks game yesterday on radio. They need some tuning up.
It's first game. They won. That's the important part.
Yeah. But they didn't look like they were going to win for a long time. They were. They definitely the first half of that game. The defense and the offense looked out of sorts. But
so
yeah,
the score was misleading. You'd say.
Well, they just looked bad. I mean, they couldn't mount an offense. And even in the second half, their 3 and outs were disturbing. But
three and out always looks ugly. There's hardly any way you go 3 and out and look like we'll be right back and we'll take care of this later.
Yeah, but you know what they did toward the end of the game. In the third and fourth quarters, they did take care of it to an extent. So I thought that was actually encouraging. That they were and again, it's first game, new coach, new coaching staff, lots of new players.
Yep.
So you got to give them. They're not going to win the Super Bowl on the first day. So in the second half, there were some encouraging signs. In the first half, it looked like everybody was looking around at each other, going, "Where's Pete Carroll?"
What's the play? Do you know the play? I don't know. I don't remember that play. What do I do? What do you do? Where am I going?
It wasn't pretty, but Gino stepped up in the second half and found a couple of receivers. They scored some points. The kicker got himself straightened out, so everybody all of a sudden everybody went home happy. So now, now they got a week to think about it and to get ready to get on the road.
I know it
And
doesn't matter one way or the other, but the NFL has made such a big deal out of the new kickoff rules that you think that they have reinvented the wheel. They've come up with a brand new way to play the game, that everything has changed. This is a dynamic, impossible to imagine infusion of excitement and unknown wonders into the game of football. What has changed? Nothing. We kick it in the end zone, touchback. Well, wait a minute. What about the dead zone and the arrival zone? Well, that's if it lands in the zone. So far, in no game it does. It goes into the end zone, then it comes out. These guys can't move until the guy gets the ball. He gets the ball, but he doesn't run because he's in the end zone because he kicked it into the end zone. How come you put the guy back so when he does kick it, it lands someplace other than the end zone? If you want to change the rule, if you want to change the outcome, if you want to change the dynamics of the game, but instead of saying that you've changed everything and it's a completely new world and everything is different and you've got to see this, what a kickoff this is going to be. Goes in the end zone, touchback. Goes in the end zone, touchback. Nothing has changed except the fact that Jim Nance thinks something has.
well, it certainly. I don't particularly like it, to be honest with you. I'm not I don't know. It just seems like it changes. It's like you got two teams with what is it, 10 guys standing there looking at each other,
Now,
or
if you had
20
three
guys
teams, that
standing
would be
there.
different. Three teams, then you'd have 33 guys looking at each other.
And they're looking at each other, and nobody's 100% sure what's going to happen. But if you want to do an onside kick, you got to tell you got to tell the referee that you want to do an onside kick. Which I
And he
always
tells
thought the
everybody,
purpose of an onside kick was to surprise the other team.
because he's a big mouth.
Well, yeah, he feels that everybody should know this type of thing.
I like it when the referee leaves his mic on yesterday, and instead of giving the announcement to the crowd, he's going, "What over there? Over this guy? That one? What? With the ball? What happened? Did he touch his knee? How are you feeling? How's the kids? What's my name? I don't know where I am. Biff, help me."
It was it was definitely. There's always kinks to work out in the first game, isn't there? There's always like things you gotta.
Jimmy, give me the ball. Give me the ball. Just give it to me.
Oh man, it was funny. It's hilarious sometimes. You're just sitting there going, "All right, you guys figure this out." While
I got to make a pastrami sandwich.
yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and then stop
The pastrami station.
the what do you call it, the refreshment stand. I can't talk this morning. Um, I think Russell Wilson actually.
Put himself in the back seat for quite a while.
Yeah,
Justin
actually,
Fields was going to play, and he hurt
yeah, they got.
himself. He was not hurt. He hurt himself.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's. I can tell you that the phones at the fan in Pittsburgh this morning must be hot. I wonder if Kamala Harris is listening to the fan this morning in
Oh
Pittsburgh
yeah.
instead of preparing for her date, trying to hear
Yes.
how people really go up against each other because I don't know. The whole talk, right, was Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, and all of a sudden, what do
Justin
you got?
Fields.
Justin Fields. Wait a minute. That wasn't supposed to happen. What is Sierra saying about that? Sierra,
And
whatever.
he did well.
Yeah, he beat the Falcons. That's what you really got to do, right? That's what's going to make you happy.
Beat the
Uh,
other guys.
I guess Wilson hurt his calf too, so I don't know.
He hurt it. He
Again,
hurt it. He hurt it in camp. Then he hurt it in practice, and then he was out.
and I guess now this is the interesting. I saw an article. And I'm trying to figure out where this is, because sometimes these articles you read them and you don't know where the hell it's coming from. Uh, this is from the News Observer, wherever that is. Um,
Are you frozen, Vinny? Oh boy. There it is.
Hey, what do you think? We got you back?
I'm back.
All right. I don't know what's going on here this morning with this thing. I'm It is
Well,
starting to stress me out,
let's
though.
give it our best and say goodbye.
Yeah, why don't
Put
we do
it
that?
together for the wacky
Let's
Wednesday.
let's catch up on Wednesday.
It'll be a
And
wacky Wednesday. It'll be the day after the debate. We'll have new optimism infused in our attitudes because of the results. And we'll see that being an honest and intelligent and educated and dynamic and an extraordinary person is going to make the difference between that and
you,
a,
you,
a, a doughboy.
you seem to have a lot of optimism, Michael.
I think that there's more of us than there are of them, Vin, and their numbers
I
can't
hope
grow,
so.
but ours can.
I hope so, because it's as the second week of September rolls around, it really I thought I'd be worried less, and I seem to be worried more, and I don't like that. I mean, I know there's no such thing as having it in the bag, but I just I think this guy Trump is a true whack job, and
He's
he's
a
got a
danger.
lot of other whack jobs that are enabling him.
Dark men always gather dark men around them. And he's a
And
dark and odious creature. Dark and
yeah,
odious creature
and
is
it
what
just
he
doesn't.
is.
It just has a really ominous feeling about it. But um, I
Why the
could be
why the
wrong.
why the
Sometimes,
why the Christian right has not seen him as the Antichrist is beyond me. He's the perfect
I
example, and yet they seem to think he's a prophet.
seem to think he's their best hope, the great orange hope.
Lie and sweat
Uh,
and talk to snakes. That's my religion.
Mom always told me never trust orange people.
She meant well, but she knew what she was talking about.
She never went into an orange Julius in her life.
Not bad on Orange Julius, on a hot day, not bad.
Yeah, good stuff on a hot day, but she didn't go. She said, "I don't know, it's not my kind of thing.
By the way, I
I
love your
like
new
Irish."
smile, Vinny.
All right, Mikey. Listen, I will see you on Wednesday.
Okay, you didn't hear me, but I said I love your new smile. Looks great.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, Pally. I'll see you on Wednesday. If the Lord's
What
willing, the creek don't rise.
what a
Uh,
wine.
Peace, love, Manischewitz, baby.
Drinks all around.